Hey guys, welcome back. Wanted to do a instructional video for you today for a trick called the card stab. I did have somebody reach out and say they wanted to learn how to do the card stab, so I'm doing a video here and showing you guys exactly how to do that trick. So if you need to go back and watch my performance video, please take a moment and go do that and come on back. Now, just to summarize this trick really quick, it's the trick where spectator gives me any number, we count down to that number in the deck, I show them the card at that number, we reassemble the deck, and then the spectator takes a knife, sticks it into the deck, and then we look and the card that they cut right to with the knife is their chosen card. So I'll show you guys how to do that trick here. You do need, unfortunately, not a normal deck of cards. You need a special trick deck of cards. It's a deck that, if you do Magic, you probably already have one of these, I'm assuming. It's a Svengali deck. And a Svengali deck, just to kind of refresh your memory and summarize, is a deck where every other card, every alternate card in the deck is the same. I've got a deck here where every second card is the Seven of Spades for the whole deck. And then every other card is just a normal, regular card. The other thing about a Svengali deck is that if you look, these cards, the force cards, the cards that are all the same in the deck, are a little bit shorter than the normal cards. You might be able to see, or maybe not, but this card, the Seven of Spades, is a little bit shorter than the normal cards, and that'll be important later on. So the way I start the trick here is I start with my force card on top, Seven of Spades on top, which means that this card is normal, this card's the Seven of Spades, this card is normal, this card's the Seven of Spades, and so on, alternating just like that. Now, what that means is that every odd numbered card in the deck is my force card. The first card, the third card, the fifth card, they're all the same. The even numbered cards, 2, 4, 6, etc., are your random cards, the different cards. So what I need to do is, when the spectator gives me a number, I need to make sure that I show them one of the cards that's at an odd number. So I show them the Seven of Spades. And the way that works is if they give you an odd number, like 11, let's say, you just count down 11 and you show them the card at the 11th position, because that'll be one of these. If they give you a number like 20, you'll count down 20, but then you would show them not the 20th card, you'd show them the next card, the 21st card, which would be one of these. So there is a little bit of, depending on if they say an odd number or an even number, you kind of have to adjust accordingly, but it's not that big of a deal. So you'd invite the spectator to give you a number. Maybe they say 14, so you deal down 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And since they gave me an even number, I don't want to show them this card. I would say, okay, we dealt down 14 cards, I'll show you the next card, and that is your Seven of Spades. So you have them look at this card, remember it, put that on top, put the rest on top, and then cut the cards as much as you would like. Invite the spectator to cut the cards and really lose that Seven of Spades in the middle of the deck. Now at this point, you introduce the knife. Just be careful, of course. And if you want, you can just have the spectator stab the deck. What I like to do, just to make it a little bit more visual, is to take like a paper towel, napkin, something like that, and wrap the deck in the paper towel. I just think it makes it a little bit more visual and fun to perform. So you'd hand the spectator the knife, invite them to stab the deck wherever they want, high up, in the middle, low, towards the bottom, wherever they want, and to stab the deck all the way through, like that. So once they've done that, you can rip away the paper towel. Just leave the knife where it is, of course. And you want to really emphasize that the spectator gave you a number, a free choice of a number. They cut the cards to lose the card in the middle of the deck, and then they got to stab the deck with a knife wherever they wanted. So what you want to do now is to slightly separate the cards where the knife is. So just kind of separate them kind of like that. Now, the 7 of spades that you want to reveal to them is going to be either this card that's, the right underneath the knife, or it'll be this card that's right above the knife. And the reason, of course, being that the 7 of spades was every other card. It was every alternating card in the deck, so that either this card or this card has to be the 7 of spades. So the question is, how do you know which one it is, which one to show them? Well, if you remember at the beginning, all the force cards are a little bit shorter in height than the normal cards. And so that's where you want to kind of remember that as you figure out which card to show them. What you want to do is look at this card that you can see right below the knife. Look at the border of the card, the white border. I like to use bicycle cards just because it makes it a little bit more easy to see white, the white border against the red or the blue. And you should, with a little bit of practice, you should be able to tell if this card is a short card, which would be your force card, or if it's a normal sized card, which would mean you have to show them not this card, but this card. So in this situation, I can tell just by looking at this card, looking at the border of this card, that it's the 7 of spades. I know it's the 7 of spades. So what I would do is I might set this card aside, and I would say, you got to cut the deck, insert the knife wherever you wanted. If you had inserted the knife one card further down, you would have landed on this card. If you had inserted the knife one card further up, you would have landed on this card. But you inserted the knife right where it was on the 7 of spades. So if the short card is right there, right below the knife, you do it that way. Let's say hypothetically they insert the knife right here, where this is a random card. You can tell by looking at it that it's a normal sized card, and this is your 7 of spades. Just do the same thing, but kind of backwards. Say you could have inserted the knife against any card. If you had inserted it one card further down, it would have been on this card. If it wasn't on this card, it might have been on this card, but you inserted it right there, right up against the 7 of spades. So you have a couple of different options for how to conclude the trick, depending on kind of where they put the knife. And that's pretty much it. I would certainly encourage showing them a couple of different cards that they could have landed on. Otherwise, they might think the whole deck is 7 of spades, and that's not very enjoyable. So I would certainly recommend showing a couple of the other cards. But other than that, that's about it. There's really only 2 things that you have to remember. And that's the whole odd-even thing when they give you a number, whether to show them that number or the next card. And then at the end, when they insert the knife, do you show them the card directly below the knife or the card directly above the knife? Other than that, there's not much to it. Pretty simple. And I think it plays pretty well. I think people like this trick a lot. So that is it. That is the card stab. If you don't have a Svengali deck, I would certainly recommend buying one. They're pretty versatile. You can use them for probably thousands of different tricks. So I'd definitely pick up a Svengali deck if you don't have one already. And that's about it. I think you guys picked a good trick to want to learn. I would certainly encourage you guys to show this one off to your family and friends and see if it fools them. So that's about it. Come on back again later this week for some more magic videos. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.